And now, Sportsline Friday night.
Sportsline Friday night is on the air for the first time this school year. I'm Eric Moon. Cole Sams will join us in a bit. We'll get to how weather affected many of tonight's games shortly, and if you took one look at my shoes, you know there were quite a few downpours tonight, along with the lightning and thunder. But we'll begin our Week 1 recap tonight with our Sportsline Games of the Week, presented by your Southern Idaho Honda dealers. Let's get ready to Rocky Mountain Rumble in Rexburg. It is the 16th annual Rocky Mountain Rumble in Rexburg. Madison and Sugar Salem are up tomorrow, but today, Skyline, Highland, and Marsh Valley hit the turf. We'll start with the Grizz as we kick off Week 1. Skyline's opening drive drained 7 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock, ending with Amani Morrell punching it in. Grizz lead 7-zip. Later on in the first, a big run from Morrell led to this from Carmine Garcia. He turns a broken play into 6 with excellent footwork on his way to the end zone. 15-0 Grizz after a 2-point conversion. Second quarter, Lancers get on the board. Madden Sargent goes play action to Ryan Wenzel, a play that looks good in Madden and in real life. The Skyline lead is trimmed to 15-7. But in the waning seconds of the half, the Grizz restore the 2-score lead. Garcia throws a strike to Hamilton Woodruff for the touchdown. 21-7 Grizz at the break. And Skyline wins its season opener 27-20. Here come the Marsh Valley Eagles ready to rock in 2023, but it was the Raymond Comets from Alberta rocking and rolling right away. On the first play from scrimmage talent, Ralph slings it to Luca Caro for the 75-yard touchdown and a 7-0 lead for Raymond. Ensuing kickoff, Marsh Valley responds immediately as Corbridge Bastion flies through the Comets. That is an 84-yard house call on the return, and this game is tied. But from there, it was all Raymond. Here was some trickery as Talent Ralph hands it off to his brother Houston, who throws it and finds Everson Harker for 6. The Comets win big over the Eagles, 42-14. Now here's the first game we'll update you on that was affected by weather tonight. At last check in the Friday finale of the Rumble, Highland leads Skyline Utah 21-0. The Rams putting it on the Eagles tonight. Now we would have shown you highlights from this game, but the storms in Rexburg delayed the start until 9:10. So unfortunately we couldn't get that footage to you tonight. Now not far from the Rumble in Rexburg, the Rigby Trojans look to bounce back from a Week 0 defeat when they face the Lehigh Pioneers from Utah. Here comes Rigby onto the Hiram C. Blackburn Field turf for the first time in 2023. Trojans got the ball first but had some trouble moving it until Reggie Groom turns a fake punt into a first down. However, the drive stalled after that. Lehigh, meanwhile, charged down the field on its opening possession as Luis Garcia holds it in around the 5-yard line. On the next play, Devon Ika takes care of business for an early Pioneer lead. Now, right after the extra point, Storms delayed this game too. And at last check, it is all Lehigh. They lead Rigby 35-7.
The Hillcrest Knights came into the night trying to build off a 500 season, traveling to Pocatello to face off with the Century team. They needed to bounce back after losing to Sugar Salem in their season opener. A fun one for sure with a fantastic view for a game. Aiden Zundel gets the toss for the Knights and has the end zone in his sights. Touchdown Hillcrest to extend their first half lead. The quarterback Peyton King trying to add to the scoreboard before half, showing off the moves for the first down. King then claiming his crown with his arm, going deep along the sideline to Caleb Empey, who makes a miraculous catch for the first down and puts the Knights in field goal range. Hillcrest goes for the field goal, but the Diamondback defense comes up clutch, blocking the kick. It was a lone highlight for Century, with Hillcrest winning big, 40-0. The Blackfoot student section pumped to get the season started. The Broncos with the second half lead, but the Huskies were ready for the challenge. Isaac Brennan gets loose with the carry, and he's off to the races, all the way to the end zone to make it a one-possession game for Emmett. The Broncos trying to take control. Caden Parsons makes the play along the sideline for the first down, but the play would come back due to a penalty, and the Huskies got their second chance. Brennan back with the ball and makes it look easy, spinning through the defense for the touchdown. With a 2-point conversion to tie, the rushing attack could not be stopped. and with the game-winning field goal, Emmett takes this one over Blackfoot, 33-30. Shelley is 10 years removed from its last state title, hosting Star Valley, Wyoming to get the season started. First drive for the Russets, the snap goes right through Brecker Williams' hands. Cannon Hurd is there to jump on it for the Braves. An early turnover for Shelley. Next drive for Star Valley, Smith McClure dumps it down to Bryson Neal. First and goal, Braves. They would punch it in one play later for the 7-0 lead. Russets trying to respond. William rolls right and finds Cason Eaton for the Shelley first down. Same drive. Williams calls his own number and moves the chains again. Star Valley goes on to pick up the 34-13 win to start the season.
In Emmett tonight, Thunder Ridge was seeking a bounce-back victory against Idaho Falls in the Tigers season opener. Now, storms delayed the start of this one until 9:40. This game was actually supposed to be played at Thunder Ridge Stadium, but it was moved to Ravston Stadium, so it kicked off a short time ago. So we don't have an update on the score right now, but the game is in progress once again over at Ravston Stadium, a change of location for that one tonight, another game affected by the weather. At the first night of football at Thunder Stadium, Bonneville faced off against Preston. Very first play of the game, the Bees sting first. What a way to start off your season. Here comes Tim Williams going all the way to the house on an 84-yard kick return TD. The Bonneville defense had a quick strike of their own, too. Second play of Preston's first drive, Mason Park picks off Reggie Larson with a return into the red zone. A few plays later, Eli Hamilton tosses it to Canyon Todd. He wants to throw a dance party. Check out the moves right here. The junior running back grooves his way into the end zone to put the Bees in front 14-0. This game was also delayed by lightning, so it's Bonneville with a 2-score lead, 34-20 in the third quarter.
Coming up, we'll show you more highlights in the Sportsline top plays of the week that you voted on. That's next on Sportsline Friday night.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models, or get $1,250 cash allowance. See your Southeast Idaho Chevy dealers.
You won't find a better deal on mattresses than at Hidden Treasures. We've got over 30 mattress sets starting at $388 and down on queen-size sets and $488 and down on king-size sets. Bring your trucks and bring your trailers and sleep on it tonight.
Local News 8 is proud to be your choice for giveaways and contests all year long. To view rules for giveaways, contests, and submissions going on now or in the past 30 days, log on to localnews8.com/play and look for the contest rules at the bottom of the page.
The new 2023 GMC Sierra AT4X is equipped to conquer the great outdoors. Or the great indoors. Welcome to the peak of premium off-roading. Or get 0.9% APR plus over 3,200 total trade assistance and no monthly payments for 90 days on 2023 Sierra Denali 5.3-liter V8 light-duty models.
Welcome back. Let's check in with Snake River and Kimberly. Panthers up by 3 early on. That's all about to change. Mason Jensen is off in a flash. He breaks through a line of defenders and leaves both them and the camera in the dust. We find him again down the field, taking it in for a 95-yard kick return TD. How about the special teams tonight all across the region? Next possession, Bulldogs QB Cade Larson shoots a dart to Jensen again. He cannot be stopped. He races in for a 4th down TD. Panthers fighting an uphill battle, but Bryden Mortensen sees an opportunity outside the pocket, makes it on target to Kysten Sechrist. He takes it into the end zone. It was tied at 13 at the half, but Kimberly wins a close one, 27-20. We now head up north to St. Anthony, where the South Fremont Cougars take on the Timberlake Tigers. First home game of the season Cougar crowd was hoping for a big night. Team would run onto the field before kickoff to big cheers, of course, but after that they wouldn't have much to cheer about, unfortunately, as Timberlake would score on this run from Cooper Lenz. First TD of the game, all Tigers from there. Here's the follow-up pass. Braden McDougall would secure the 2-point conversion. Tigers scored again after this big run to bring them within yards of the goal line again, and that is Cooper Lenz again taking it to the goal line. At last check, Timberlake leads 29-0 in the fourth quarter after another, you guessed it, rain delay.
The new-look Castleford Wolves ready to get their season started on the right foot against North Gem. But first drive of the game, the Cowboys' triple option is working. Craig Yost has open space and will work his way to pay dirt. North Gem up 6-0. Now Castleford's turn. They find themselves with the second and nearly 40 from the 2. Jamie Raymond says, "I don't really care." Quarterback keeper goes up the far sideline and he gets about 38 yards. Later in the drive, how about some week 1 trickery? End around and then misdirection to Crash Taylor. He has all kinds of green grass in front of him, and Taylor scores Castleford's first touchdown of the season. Wolves get the win over the Cowboys, 42-20.
Interesting results in 2A tonight, as it looks like the Westside Pirates are back and better than ever. Wow, look at that score. Westside smacked Firth 48-6. And the Pirates will likely be the top-ranked team in 2A next week because North Fremont, the last team to beat Bear Lake, did it again tonight with a 28-6 win on the road. You can see all of tonight's scores scrolling at the bottom of your screen or in the sports section on our website at localnews8.com and in the app. For the first time this year, you got the chance to vote on our top plays of the week, which you can do throughout the football season. This week's plays come from Week 0 games featuring the Madison Bobcats, the Malad Dragons, and the South Fremont Cougars. We'll begin with the Cougars at number 3. We head to Wood River, where South Fremont's Kaisik Thewson reads the screen pass perfectly to pick off the Wolverines. So, in a close race for second, it is Malad with top play number 2, as Braylon Tripp fakes a punt beautifully for the first down as part of a scoring drive of the Dragons' season-opening victory. Our top play of the week, with 62% of the votes, is a 4th down scramble from Madison's Hazen Torgerson, coming right into your living room. Here he comes to move the chains for the Bobcats and taking home our first Sportsline top play of the week this season. Those are some pretty good plays from Week 0, Cole, and we saw some great highlights tonight, some excellent nominees for next week.
I know, it's just great for football to be back. I know, just being out there last week, I mean, just a ton of good highlights, and Madison's out there tomorrow, so we'll hopefully see what they got in store. Yeah, more coming up in the Rocky Mountain Rumble. Highland still in action. Sugar, Salem, and Madison coming up tomorrow. That's all for this edition of Sportsline Friday Night. For Cole Sams, I'm Eric Moon. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you have a great week.